I'm actually adding more kale to my diet, but I'll put it in, say, like my soup, or I'll put it in my spaghetti sauce, instead of necessarily having like a raw kale salad. Instead, I'll just steam it for like 20 minutes before I even eat it. Sometimes it may be even better to do it aside from the actual dish itself. So that way you can drain off the water, which is a lot of that's going to be in there. Exactly. And thankfully, moringa does not have any oxalates, which allows us to eat it raw. Very, very important for health. Now, if you think you have kidney stones, look into um, Dr. Moritz, something like that. He was on Twitter about 10 years ago talking about his recent book that tells that was essentially an anti-cancer book. And as he was tweeting, he was pushed out of a second-story window. And of course, the reports were saying that he was suicided. Dr. Moritz. Looking at it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did they determine that he was tweeting as he was being pushed out? Did he put
Well,
that in the tweet as well, or
it was a
that
tweet
is
that was
crazy?
sent halfway through,
Mm,
and it went through, but then it was like, oh, he just committed suicide. But
wow.
then, a lot of the community was looking into it, especially, the herbalist community that I was a part of about 10 years ago was really
Mhm.
into really a lot of these herbal studies. Now people are attacking, like big pharma, like Pfizer is attacking Dr. Barbara O'Neill right now. She's kind of like the one on their radar right now.
Yeah. Mm.
Um, I think it's if I type in gallbladder and kidney flush, Dr. Moritz.
Yeah, and Kendrick, if you could put that link in the chat, that would be
Yes,
awesome.
his name is Andreas. That's right.
Wow.
The amazing
Yeah.
return gallbladder flush.
Well,
Oh
because
my gosh, I just clicked it and it was just canceled. Something went wrong.
mm,
Like not available.
yeah,
Not available. It's been taken
you
down.
might have to go to archive.org or Wayback Machine and
Yep.
see if you can do it from that.
If anything, just really quickly, and we'll move on, is just type in the liver gallbladder flush by
Liver
Dr.
gallbladder
Andreas
flush.
Moritz.
ANDREAF.
S. Yeah. And so I took his protocol, and what I did was I drank 1 cup of Epsom salt, followed by a cup of olive oil. I drank it. So I drank a cup of Epsom salt and I added a cup of water and I shook that up. Just Epsom salt plain. If you're trying to get a kidney gallbladder flush, if you feel like you've got stones, this is the trick. 1 cup of Epsom salt, pure, because that's magnesium sulfate. Mix that up until it's dissolved as much as you can, and then chug that. And then take 1 cup of olive oil and chug that. Chug 1 cup of olive oil. And then just get in the tub. Just get into the bathtub. And just try to hold it for as long as you can, because it will be a rocket ship, essentially. And you just try to hold it as long as you can, depending on how full you are in there. Because if you're full of shit, it's going to come out. Um, so get it out. I don't know what the stigma is with people. Oh, that made me go to the bathroom. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's because you've got to get that out of there. Like if you're not going to the bathroom every morning or every day, then you're taking 2, 3 to 5 days for it to break down in your system. And we know that, it takes longer for certain foods to digest in our tract, in our digestive tract. So you want to try to get everything out of there within a day to 2 days. You want to be able to tell, like when I eat something, say yesterday morning to yesterday, I know that when it comes out in the morning, that's what I ate yesterday because I have such a now I do, but I suffered for IBS for 13 years. So there were times in my life where I wasn't going to the bathroom for weeks at a time, not going number two. So I know what it's like. I know what that feels like having to take an enema every time I ate. Every time I ate, I had to take an enema or I had to take a